So pious souls, let us now prove in front of you how much Kali Yuga has passed right now. In holy Hindu religion, books written by Shankaracharya are considered to be authentic records as such. Let's clarify from these how much Kali Yuga has passed right now. Please see. This is a book, Jyotirmaya Jyotirmat. Here some description has been given Jyotirmaya Jyotirmat. Its patron is Swarupanand Saraswati Ji Maharaj. This is Swarupanand Ji, who is currently sitting on the native seat. He is in charge of the two mutts, Jyotish Mutt Pithadishwar and Dwarka Sharda Pithadishwar, Saraswati Ji. Now what is written here? This is the editor, writer and compiler, Vishnu Dutt Sharma, Chairman, Adhyatmak Utthan Mandal, Delhi. Source of inspiration, Shri Subudhanand Brahmachari Ji, printer, fine print and packs. Please see here, Akhil Bharatiya Adhyatmik Utthan Mandal, 1 by 3234, street number 2, Ramnagar Vistar, Mandoli Road, Shahadra, Delhi. Here are the phone and fax numbers. See on page number 11 of this book, Brief Life History of Adi Shankaracharya. Now what has been written here? Approximately 2500 years ago, in the era of dwindling faith, Shankaracharya took birth in Kerala on the coast of Purna river, in the Kaladi village in the devout Namudari Shaiv Brahman family. He was born here. Now please see. According to the Mathas of Guru tradition, his birth, Shankaracharya was born by the blessing of God Shankar. Therefore, he was named Shankar. According to the Mathas of Guru tradition, the time of his birth is considered to be 508 BC, 508 years prior to the birth of Jesus Christ. They have written, or 476 years. This is wrong. They should not have written or, because he had died at the age of 32 years. So if 32 is subtracted from 508, then 476 is left. So see here. So this is indicated here. So actually he was born 508 years prior to Jesus. That is 508 years before Jesus. Alright? And if we calculate from today, from 2012, then Shankaracharya was born 2520 years ago. So add 508 to the year 2012. So Shankaracharya was born 2520 years ago from today. And at that time, how much Kali Yuga had passed? Let me show you. This book is Himalaya Tirth. This has also been written by Shankaracharyas on their orders. This is J.P. Namburi, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Sri Badrinath Kedarnath Temple Committee. It has been published from here. Publisher is Ranju Chakravarti, 76A by 1, Bama Charan Rai Road, Calcutta. Printer is Giri Print Services, Calcutta. Now let us show on its page 42. This is the prophecy about the birth of Shankaracharya. And there is some book called Shiv Rahasya. This is a verse from it. The translation of this verse has been done here. When 3000 years of Kali Yuga would have passed, to gain victory over the philosophy of Buddhist Mimamsakas, Shankaracharya, that is Shankar, will take birth in the form of a celibate. See again. When 3000 years of Kali Yuga would have passed, then Sri Shankaracharya will take birth. Pious souls, now we have to calculate how much Kali Yuga has already passed today. 3000 plus 2520. See, like Shankaracharya ji was born 508 years before Jesus. If we calculate from today, then 2520 years have passed today in 2012. And how much Kali Yuga had passed when he was born? 3000 years had passed. So add both of them, it becomes 5520 years. Now, when will it be 5505 years? When we reach in year 2000, then 2000 years had passed since the birth of Jesus Christ. And 2508 years had passed since the birth of Shankaracharya. Meaning 5508 years of Kali Yuga had passed in the year 2000. Get this? And if we move back and subtract 3 more in 1997, 5505 years of Kali Yuga had passed. And in 1997, God had met this Das. He had said that now the time has come. Disclose the Sarnam and the Satnam, don't worry. Hail Satguru Dev. Now, pious souls, do not think that this Das by fabricating things wants to befool you. No, I want to make you very wise. And I want to make you familiar with the truth that at that time, I had not even looked at this. I had not even known Kabir Sagar in this depth. But whatever God has written, it automatically keeps happening at its time. Now see about 1997. How will you believe this actually? Please see. Das has written a book, Adhyatmik Gyan Ganga, which is in your hands. There is a piece of writing in it. On the page 538, there is a topic called Yatharth Kabir Panth Parchay. And in this, it is written here. Supreme God Kabir Sahib Ji met this Das Rampal Das in Samvat 2054, Falgun months, Shukla, Paksh, Ekam, March 1997 at 10 o'clock in the morning, and telling the reality of Sar Shabd and indicating the right time of disclosing to the congregation, he had disappeared. And he had ordered to keep this, that is, the fact that God had met me, a secret until the next order. And then God has given another precious treasure to us in the last 10 days. Das also wants to show that to you. Please see. There is one Suksham Ved Bodh. In this, God had stated 600 years ago that, Dharmdas, a time will come when only my knowledge and grandeur will be present in the whole world. All other knowledge and sects will finish, only one sect will remain. This is Kabir Sagar. This is the same Kabir Sagar, Bodh Sagar is its part. In this there is a chapter Swasamved Bodh. And see here on page 171, here God had told Dharamdas 600 years ago that we will see from below words of Satya Kabir, that is, these are words of Satya Kabir. Here Kabir Sahib has been saying, so see here please. It is written in this that 5 सहस अरु 500, 5000 और 500 जब कलयुग बीत जाए, when 5500 years of Kali-yug would have passed, then Mahapurush Farman Jag Taran ko aaye. God had said that when 5500 years of Kali-yug would have passed, then a great man will come to save the world. Hindu, Turk, Adik Sabay, Jete Jeev Jahan, और सत्य नाम की साख गही, पावें पद निर्बान. Wonderful. Now, pious souls, this is a very old written order of God. It had to prove true now. What is he saying? Hindu, Turk, meaning Muslim. Hindu, Muslim, and others, all others like Sikh or Christianity or any other sects that have been formed all of them, jete jeev jahan, wonderful, और सतनाम की साग गहे. That is by attaining Satnam or Pave Pad Nirman. Nirvan meaning salvation. Everybody will attain salvation, whoever will come in the refuge and obtain Satnam. Yatha Saritgan. Wonderful. How will they all unite? Eliminating all the sects, only one sect will remain. How will they all unite? Please see, this is how they will unite based on this knowledge. Yatha Saritgan. Saritgan means all the rivers. आप ही मिले सिंधु में धाए. Like the rivers naturally rush into an ocean, Sindhu as in the ocean. It is not in their control, automatically their flow is formed. Yatha Saritgan आप ही मिले सिंधु में धाए, सत्य सुकृत के मध्य में ये सभी पंथ समाए. Wonderful. Just as the rivers automatically flow into the ocean at a full speed, likewise, all the sects will vanish into the middle of the true sect started by me, just as all the rivers merge into an ocean. Now, what do they say? जब लग पूर्ण होए नहीं ठीके को तिथिवार. This ठीक means the time determined by me, Dharamdas. Until this predetermined time will come, that is, until 5500 years of Kali Yug will pass, the speech of mine that is written in Swasam Ved will seem to be completely baseless. Jab lag puran hoye nahi theeke ko tithivar. Wonderful, meaning until this predetermined time will come. Theek means the predetermined time. From where did Das come to know about this theek? Like in childhood we used to hear that a businessman is not giving the payment, he's giving further and further dates. So theek is a word of our local language. So theek means to determine the time, determining the time, that is, this theek. God is saying that until the time determined by me will come, that is, until 5505 years of Kali Yug would pass, it will seem that God has said this just like that in Kabir Sagar. It will be fulfilled on that day. Now see, जब लगी पूर्ण होए नहीं ठीके क्यों, that is, ठीके का तिथिवार, and कपट चातुरी तब हिले स्वसम वेद निराधार. That is, my statement will seem baseless until then. Then what does he say? Kapat chaturi tab हिले. Based on deceit and cunningness, people will say that it has been said just like that. This Swasam Ved is false. Wonderful. Sabhi nar nari shuddh tab, jab theek ka din avan. That is, when the time determined by me will come, when 5505 years of Kali Yug would have passed, then he says, Kaput chaturi chhod ke sab sharan kabir gehen. All men and women will become pure, they will not have any deceit in them. They will come to know that all of this is sin. They will earn their livelihood honestly and will stop unnecessary expenditures. With less effort, they will earn much more. The extravagance that we do, the money that we spend on bidi, alcohol, tobacco, and we waste the entire time of our life in building huge bungalows, by doing nonsense in marriages, by doing unnecessary expenditures, we remain buried under debts. All this would stop. Then we will easily do bhakti. We will be able to sustain ourselves in meager income. So this has been told, please see. Sabhi nari nar shuddh tab, jab theek ka din avant. Kapat chaturi chhod ke sab sharan kabir gahan. Everyone will acquire the refuge of God Kabir. Everyone will come in my refuge. Everyone. Ek anek hav gaye. Everyone, all these different sects and religions have been formed. Puni anek ho ek. Punah means again, all of these will then become one. Ek anek hav gaye, ho gaye. Aur pune anek ho ek. Hans chalai satlok ko. Sab satnam ki tek. Wonderful. Now, pious souls, the value of Satnam has been mentioned, that with the recitation of Satnam, all those who would come in the refuge of God Kabir through this Das, through this Rampal Das, then Hans Chale Satlok Sab. All who? Those who after taking Satnam will follow the rules, all of them will go to Satlok. People will go in large numbers like a crowd gathers in a fair. Consider this to be true, pious souls. You will not even realize. Like these children go for propagation of knowledge, they will go to Satlok like this. Come to Satlok. One of your step would be in Satlok from here. एक अनेक हो गए, पुनि अनेक हो एक. हंस चले सतलोक को, सब सतनाम की टेक. Those of Radha Swami cult could not understand this Satnam. God had hidden this in such a way. If these fake people had understood it, then it would have been a disaster. Then how would I have made you believe that they are fake and this is authentic? Because if Satnam of 2 mantras is obtained from an unauthorized person, it would anyway be of no use. One will attain no benefit from it. For example, if someone gets a duplicate passport made, then they both are guilty. One realizes this after a long time when checking is done in Satlok while going there. By then, everything has been ruined. Now see. Then what has God said? Ghar ghar bodh vichar ho. Wonderful. My knowledge will be discussed in every home. Ghar ghar bodh vichar ho. Durmati dur bahaye. Everybody's ignorance will be dispelled. There is an uproar everywhere that this is mine, this is mine. A mother-in-law quarrels with daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law quarrels with her. One fights with one's neighbor. There is no love left between a brother and sister. There is an outcry for wealth. He says everything will calm down. All the outcry will completely disappear. Everybody will come to know that only by doing bhakti of God, one will get liberated. And God will give you so much that you will not be able to finish it. Consider this to be true. Please see this. घर घर बोध विचार हो, दुर्मति दूर बहाए. कलयुग में एक है सोई और बरते सहज सुभाए. In Kalyug, everyone will unite into one and everyone will live in harmony. One will come to know that how much damage is caused if we hurt someone's soul, how much misery we have to experience. It is said that kahan ugra kahan shudra ho. Dacoits, thieves, robbers, whom you call as that of the lower caste and others who commit any wrongdoing, it is said that har sabki bhav bheer, so saman samdrishti hai samrat satya kabir. Everyone, whether one is a miscreant or of a lower caste, everyone including dacoits, thieves, etc. will accept this, that we are doing wrong, and they will acquire this true path, and in large numbers people will acquire this Satnam, this path, and that guide will look equally upon everyone, will treat everyone equally, and he will be the Almighty Satya Kabir. Hail Satguru Dev!